Hello, this is a desktop recording for FIN 426 Investments, where we're going to look at the impact of the presidential party on stock return. And here's our model where we have, this is a simple regression model where we have y equals beta 0 plus beta 1 times x1 plus beta 2 times x2, where y is our stock returns of a chosen stock. I'm going to use Apple. X1 is what's called a dummy variable, meaning it takes a value of 1 or 0. In this case, Democrats will equal 1, Republicans 0. And X2 is a control variable. And the idea of X2 is it controls for all other things except for the effect of X1. The S&P 500 index is a good control because that represents the Mr. Market, who incorporates all information in the market. So going below there then, but X2, X1 we see here we have a total of 5 different presidents, Republican and Democrat, over that time. So let's go now to a browser, find Yahoo Finance, and I'm going to choose, as I mentioned, Apple. Now, I want to go to historical data, and I'm going to enter the beginning date here is 1981. I want to start there. And I want monthly, because daily is too noisy. So we'll apply it. And what we see here is we do indeed have monthly data. So we're going to download it. We're going to open it up, and I'm going to double click on the partition here to widen it. Then I'm going to delete information we don't need. So that's Apple. Let's go back to Yahoo and find S&P, and it comes up for the index here. We'll take that. And we're going to repeat we have historical data still. So we want to adjust the time period again. Done. Again, we want monthly. We apply that. And we see we do have monthly here, so we download the data again. Now we eliminate the unnecessary data again, and here we're going to copy this and move it over to the spreadsheet for Apple. So copy, go to the other spreadsheet, and double click there. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go to my here, copy this, highlight and copy to Apple, and put that up here just to remind us of our model here. Now, we have the raw data for Apple in the index, but we can't use it in that form. We have to calculate returns, because the dollar levels contain inflation and such, so we have to normalize it by taking the returns. So we use our formula for returns. Total return is P1 minus P0, then divided by P0. I'm going to now also change it to percent by multiplying by 100. Actually, one moment here. I noticed that I'm going to move that down here. I want to eliminate the 2017 data because President Trump was only in office for a very short time. So we're going to delete this. I'm going to shift the cells up, and now I have just 2000 and below. So now I'll also copy the same formula over to the S&P, and now I have to extend it all the way down in both cases. All right, so, and maybe I'll make it a little cleaner by inserting a column there. All right, now we want to build our model for our regression. So this is y, this is x1, and this is x2. Now, y is our stock return for Apple. This is our so-called dependent variable that we want to explain. So that's equal to the return for Apple, and I'll perhaps label that. And I'll label this and so the x, but this is x2 is our control. But and so I'm going to and quickly extend this down to. All right. Now x1 is our 0 and 1. Now the most recent president, as we see here, was Barack Obama, 2016, all the way down to 2009. So we're going to copy this, and I'm going to highlight all the way down to. Oops, that's. All right, that went quite quickly. All right. Okay. All right. So, so the next one was President Bush, who also had 2 terms in office. So he goes from 2008 all the way down to 2001. But so we put in a 0 because he's Republican. And then going back to the top, we see that Bill Clinton was from 2000 down to 93. He's Democrat. Now, the remaining 2 presidents were both Republicans, so we can just copy 0 all the way to the bottom. All right, and that I'm going to open this wide, see a little better. So now this completes our data set here. Now, you go and you click on data. I see data analysis up here already, but suppose you don't have, you can't see it on your computer. You go to File, you go down to Options, and you go down then to Add-ins, and then we want the Analysis Tool Pack here at the top, and we say Go. And it's checked off here, we say OK, and you should now see data analysis should be loaded onto your machine now. And so, having said that, let me go to my data analysis, go to regression, and say OK. And now I want to identify my Y range, so I'll highlight that all the way down to 1981. Enter. The let me just make sure, did I have, no, I have that incorrect. One moment, quickly. Not sure why I did that, but we'll do it again. This is, I want Y, so. Okay, now we're going to put both X's in. And so we highlight both columns. We say enter. Now we're going to leave the constant unchecked. We want beta 0 or constant. It's just good practice. It adjusts for constant unknowns. It's just good practice. And so we're going to say okay. And what we see here is for our x1, that's the first x variable here, it's a positive number, and it is weakly ideally we'd like to see the t-stat above 2. When it's above 2, then we have very strong significance. Here it's somewhat over 1, so it's weakly significant, and more specifically, this is our p-value here. So this is 25%, so 1 minus 25% is 75%. So our x1 or dummy variable is statistically significant to 1 minus 0.25, or at the 75% level. So what this suggests is that Apple is indeed somewhat sensitive to a political party. With that, now your assignment is to pick a different stock. So what I would like you to do is replicate what you've seen on this presentation and do the same things, and then submit it to Dropbox on D2L. And if you have questions, feel free to ask a classmate if you have Excel questions, or you can come to me.